pain. We should have started off with fun. I mean, you said you were on the golf course. So what have these last couple of months looked like for you since the season ended?
You start by kind of taking it easy, catching up with family, just kind of taking a little break from the baseball life and go every day. And you just do things that you enjoy, whether it's, golfing, fishing, whatever kind of floats your boat. So
how beat up is your body when the season ends?
You play every day for, 9 months straight. You're doing something, and you're especially in a position where, there's a lot going on and is physically demanding. So it's pretty tired at the end of the year, but, with how, down that stretch, you don't really think about it too much until it's over. And then you're like, wow, I really was, a little tired there. Mentally too, a lot of guys, it's a grind. It's 162 and it's not easy. So it's hard for a lot of guys.
I would think you would not bend your knees for like a month straight. Just like keep your legs straight all the time and never squat.
Yeah, pretty much. The only time I squatted was to read a putt on the golf course. So.
Hey, by the way, a lot of people text you and they want to know if you golf righty or lefty as a switch hitter.
Ooh.
Righty. I never. When I first picked up a club, it was always just a right-handed club, and I'm like, I can go either way, so I just went righty. It was just easier.
Well, it's because it's hard to find left-handed clubs. There's very few of them around, so I guess it makes sense, yeah. All right, we're talking to Cal Raleigh here on Seattle Sports 710. Let's kind of dig into where the offseason is at right now. How much are you in touch with the guys? How much are you guys talking and following kind of where the team is at and the direction that things are heading this offseason?
Yeah, so, you hear – what's going on through whatever it may be, news, Instagram, social media. And then obviously you talk to teammates and, kind of talk about what's going on. I'd say pretty much every team's kind of like that, especially, guys. Now we've been together a couple of years now. We try to stay in the loop as much as we can.
So how would you characterize the conversations that guys are having right now?
We're just, the off season's not over. We're waiting. We're still hoping, we could try to add and make our team better. And, it seems like, once Ohtani kind of fell, once that kind of big guy every single year, every year is different. Last year's Judge. When that guy kind of goes, the dominoes start falling. So you can kind of start seeing a little more what's going to happen, where your team's heading, who you might get, who you might not get, what other teams are doing, kind of that sort of thing. So,
how about the guys, Cal, that have moved on? In a Teo, in a JK, in a Gino, and those guys, do you find yourself reaching out to them? Have you had conversations with them? Do you ever get used to kind of losing teammates that you've been in the battles with?
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad to see those guys go. I look at, Gino, who's a guy who taught me a lot, a guy who helped a lot of guys out in that clubhouse, brought great energy every day, helped us tremendously on and off the field. Very thankful for him. Was sad to see him go. And then you look at a Marco guy, he was kind of the first guy I got to know and up in the big leagues as far as on the pitching staff. So it's sad to see those guys go. And Jared Kelnick, we came up through the system together. Kind of each step we were at the same place, and you realize that this is a business at the end of the day, unfortunately. But we're just hoping we can make a few more moves and try to help this team out.
How much were you affected by the way the season ended, falling short by a couple of games? How difficult was it? How much did that affect you?
It was tough. It was a tough pill to swallow because, all the guys in that clubhouse, they put their heart and soul into it. They sacrifice so much every day, being away from families, committing to, ever since spring training, and even before that, guys are training, working their butt off, and to come up, 1 game short, 2 games short, it really hurts. And obviously, it hurts everybody, the fans included. But it stings, and it's something that we have to remember this off season, and we have to try to make those adjustments. As players and leaders in this clubhouse, we have to get better. We understand that, and we need to take the next step.
As you start to, sort of think about it with a little bit more space from where you were then, how far do you think that your team was from the group that made the playoffs?
I don't think we're that far off, honestly. I mean, you look at it, it was 1 game behind, 2 teams that were in the championship series, the Astros and the Rangers, and we were right there. I mean, but at the end of the day, nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear, we just missed it by 1 game. Nobody really cares, and, I don't really care either because we didn't make it. So it's our job to, figure out what we need to do to make up that ground, try to get closer to our goal of, getting to a World Series and winning one.
Did you find yourself watching this one a little closer because of those teams right in your division that you battle with?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to say, I don't want to turn on or watch it, but, as a baseball, player, and it's what you do every day. So, we would watch, and obviously with the 2 teams right in the division, it was, very familiar faces and very familiar teams, and it was a dogfight for them, and it was interesting to watch for sure.
Talking to Cal Raleigh here on Seattle Sports. And Cal, I don't want to go back over everything that you said kind of right at the end of the year. We're not here to kind of relitigate the past, but I am curious why and how you felt empowered to speak up like that, and sort of what the culture is around the team and around specifically the players that made you feel comfortable kind of giving your perspective in that moment.
I don't really think there was no agenda. I wasn't trying to, say anything to call anybody out, anything. It came from a place of winning, and that's what I want to do. That's what guys in the clubhouse want to do. JP, Ty, Julio, Logan, George, Matt Brash. We want to win. We know we have the talent. We're right there at the cusp. We've been close. We just want to get over the edge. That's all it comes down to. And we know that, not just us, but the fans. The fans want to see a winner as well, and they want to, come out. They want to support us. They want to see playoff games. They want to see us in a World Series, and that's where it's coming from. Everybody here wants to win. There's no secret to it. We want to win, and we want to play as well as we can, and we just want to do our best, for the fans and for the city. So,
are you comfortable being that voice?
I mean, it's not just me. Like I said, we have great leaders in that clubhouse. We got JP, like I said, Ty, Robbie Ray. I mean, guys that have been in the league for a good time, have been other places, have won, and it's whoever it has to be. And if it's speaking up, if it's leading by example, whatever it takes to get W's on the field, guys are willing to step up and do that. So I think you're seeing a lot of guys who came up a few years ago. Now they're starting to understand their role. They're starting to understand their, place on the field and in the clubhouse. And it's our job to, as players, it starts with us. It's our job to, find a way to get wins and find a way to get us in the playoffs. So that's where it starts.
I just think about, the way things, going back, and Brock and I are older than you are, but kind of thinking about baseball and how almost militantly quiet or unwilling to talk so many guys used to be, and just kind of leaving everything to everyone else. And I think about, your next generation and how comfortable your group is saying what's on your mind and taking, I use the word ownership, but, taking ownership of where the direction of the team is headed. How important is that to you and to some of the other leaders that you mentioned?
Yeah, 100%. I've said it once, and I'll say it again. It starts with us as the players. It doesn't matter what staff, ownership, whoever, if we don't go out there and be prepared and, play as hard as we can every day and do our jobs the right way, it doesn't matter what kind of team's on the field. So it starts with us as the players in the clubhouse, kind of building that culture, kind of understanding what we need to adjust, what we don't need to adjust, what makes us good, what doesn't, what makes us click, things like that. So I think, after last year, I think we understand we need to come out, we need to make some adjustments, we need something to change as far as us, the players, and it starts with me, as the catcher and as a guy that, pitchers throw to, as a guy that, fielders are looking to. So it starts with me, and I have to make those adjustments as well.
And Cal, as you watch the Rangers and the Astros, as you said, battle in the championship series, and ultimately the Rangers go on and win the World Series, you know those guys. And I'm sure you were back there as the quarterback watches the game and calls out plays. You're watching it, calling out the pitch sequence and how you would attack Seager and how you would attack the different guys through it. As you kind of look at this offseason and head into next season here in just a couple months, what do you have to do to compete and take that next step and beat those Rangers that got after you guys a little bit more than other teams in the division did?
Yeah, I think, like I said, that's going to be, probably right on the docket as soon as we get to spring training, talking about things to do to combat them. The first thing that comes to mind, they can really hit. So we're going to have to figure a way, how to get those guys out, how to kind of suppress their lineup. Like I said, they're 1 through 9, really good. Best in the league, in my opinion. And we're just going to have to make it. That's kind of how it goes in the league. You figure some things out. You figure out what works, what doesn't work. And I think we kind of got a glimpse last year of what we needed to do, especially after kind of looking back, sitting back. Sometimes it's hard when you're so close to the action and you're right in the thick of it. You need to kind of get away from the magnifying glass and take a step back and take a look. And I think we'll be able to make those adjustments.
Hey, I think I heard you right after the Geno trade saying that, hey, he's going to get a good chance to hit in a really good hitter's park. And it's a conversation that we had a lot here on the show last year, trying to really understand what it is about T-Mobile that does make it challenging to hit, especially early in the season. From your perspective, is it home runs? Is it carry? Is it that the ball hangs up? What is it that makes it hard to hit here?
Yeah, I mean, I think, obviously early in the year it's cold and, it's not always the easiest to hit in the cold and the ball doesn't carry as far, especially when the roof's open. So, yeah, I mean, that's basically it. It's a little colder. I think something about the wind coming off the sea there, I think it goes the opposite way that we'd like it to go. But, I've talked to our new hitting, or I guess
offensive coordinator,
Brand Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm behind that, but he's it's more of a football term to me. But we've already talked a little bit, and he's got some things that he wants to implement and try to get going, especially for early in the season, and just having kind of more of a game plan and understanding what we need to do to win the game that night, because it doesn't matter what the numbers say or how hard we're hitting the ball, but we need to find a way to get the win. We need to find a way to move a runner. We need to find a way to win that night. So I think he's got some good ideas.
That's interesting. So can you share any of that with us? Kind of what his plan is to help out in that regard?
I've met with him a few times down here in Arizona. Great guy. I think he's going to help us out tremendously. I know we're adding another hitting coach as well to kind of add on to JD. But he's given me a few of the general points, and we're going to get more into it, when guys get together and kind of come together. But the basis of it is just the most important thing is winning the game that night. I think sometimes we get so caught up in whatever it may be, trying to get a hit at this point, trying to drive a run in at this point, or try to hit a gap and try to hit the big home run. You just got to do what the game is telling you. And, what the game's telling you, put a bunt down, put a bunt down. The game's telling you move a runner, move a runner. You don't always have to be the hero by hitting a home run. You know what I mean?
Speak of my language.
Yeah.
I like some of that. We got to see Ty France in his spandex up there at Driveline. It was quite a display that he put on. Anything with Cal Raleigh? Anything when we see you in a couple months down there at spring training, we're going to notice a little different in your body and your swing and your game, other than obviously a very improved golf game?
I don't know if it's improved, but I've definitely been out there playing. I've already started hitting, started working on some things, trying to clean up some lower half issues with the left-handed swing. Just trying to be in a better position to hit for a longer time. Basically, trying to give myself more of a window to where I can kind of drive balls all fields, and then. Obviously, I want to get better from the right side. I want to be able to, work on some things there, trying to, get better direction, better bat pass from the right side. I know that's kind of that's more boring baseball terms, but that's kind of where I'm at from the right side. And I've already started, and I'm excited. I was excited to see Ty down there working out as well.
We've had a lot of conversations here in town, especially in the last week or so, and there's been quite a bit written, Seattle Times, et cetera. What do you think and make of just sort of the general vibe around the team right now? Because from the outside, it feels like, the trajectory is not moving in the right direction. There's a lot of noise around it. Does it feel that way inside the team, or is that just sort of something we're making up here on the outside?
I can't really talk about, things that are going on as far as, how people are feeling, how they're not feeling. I know that us as players, fans, we have no say in what goes on as far as, how people are feeling or what people are going to do with the team. We just know that we have to get ourselves ready. So, whether it's Ty, JP, me, look at other pitchers, we know that we have a job to do, and our job is to be in the best shape possible when we come to camp, make sure that we're ready to go, be prepared. And, the rest of it is kind of out of our control. It's kind of silly to kind of waste your time and energy on it because, you have no control over it. Mm-hmm. So I know that's a kind of a cliche answer, but it's true. And it's kind of a big thing in baseball as you kind of, you see it now throughout the years. And, you got to make sure your house is in order before you start worrying about somebody else's. So that's kind of where we're at. We want to be prepared. We want to, give this city a chance to believe again and get back right in the playoffs and chase a World Series. So that's kind of where we're at.
Hey, last thing for me here, Cal. You and Julio and JP constantly bring up the fans. I mean, I think more, Cal, than certainly when Salk and I started this job 15 years ago.
For sure.
And, listening to the players over the years and the number of times, and even in this interview over the 15, 20 minutes, and thank you for all the time, you just continue to mention the fans deserve it, the fans deserve it, the fans. How do you feel those fans? Do you feel them even in the off season as well?
100%. Obviously, I don't spend a lot of time around Seattle in the off season, go back a little bit, but, the amount of support and the amount of, love that we feel from the fans is unbelievable. And that's, I think that's why we feel obligated, why we feel like we let them down last year. We want to get back in the playoffs. We want to go to a World Series, give them something they've never seen before because, you hear, whether you're meeting them or you're signing out, whatever it might be, you hear fans and they're like, I've been a Mariners fan for so long. We want to get there. We want to make that push, and we love you guys so much, and we want to see you guys do so well. And, it's things like that kind of, motivate us as players, motivate us, to want to do something for them. And that's why we care so much. It's not like we're, we're not just here doing a 9-to-5, showing up every day, just collecting a paycheck where, people care. They put their lives on pause. We do these things because we care about the people in the city, and we want to give them something to root for.
Was great. We really do appreciate this, Cal, taking some time. Those same fans are reacting right now. I got a text here saying amazing interview. Cal truly is the best. Another from Carter says, wait, Cal has no lower half issues. They don't believe that, given the nickname and everything that goes with it. And Maura told me today, and I don't know whether you know about this. Do you know what a dump button is in radio? Like if somebody curses on the air, you have a button that the producer has that allows you to basically kill the last 7 or 9 seconds of radio and make it erased so that we don't get in trouble with the FCC. It turns out that here in the studio, I did not know this because I don't sit in that room. Is it a picture, Maura, or is it his name? I think
I believe it was Curtis, who produces the Bump and Stacy show and does some Mariners pre and post game. He added a little picture of Cal above our dump button, so we have an illustration to know what it is.
On the dump button.
That's awesome.
So don't curse on the radio, or else the big dumper will get big dumped right here on Seattle Sports. So, Cal, we'll let you go. We really appreciate you taking all this time in your off season. Enjoy. We'll see you in spring training here in a couple of months. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, looking forward to it, guys. Thanks.